They heard.
We getting our word across. That's all we want.
The cops got indicted.
And what is that word?
Is we want justice
No rule
and
of law.
peace.
No rule of law. Nobody above the law. None of the police. Nobody above law. Period.
That's right.
We need justice for everybody.
All right, we'll stick with you right now as the spokesman. Where were you?
Sure, go ahead.
You're here with us. You're joining us. What's your name?
Christopher.
Christopher. Thanks so
Younger
much
and younger.
for being here. Yeah, look at this little guy. All right, well, let me ask you, where were you earlier this week when you saw the violence, the riots start breaking out?
Well, I was in school. I go to Merva, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it, like, everything that was happening.
Do you know what's been going on?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
I've seen like lots of violence, people trashing the city and everything, and just doing wrong things to the city that they live in.
Does it make you scared when you see that stuff?
A little bit.
A little bit?
So as you guys were in school watching all of this happen, as it kind of, I mean, Monday went from bad to worse as the night went on. What did you guys do to avoid this? Get to a safe place? What did you do?
He stayed in the house. That's the best thing he did. He stayed in the house.
Wait a second. Exactly. You just touched on something right there. Because you guys have all seen the video of Toya Graham.
My mama beat me.
I want to know what each of your moms would have done.
She would have knocked me out.
Tell me. My mom would have did worse than what she did. I would have had to run from my mom. She told me don't do none of that.
Yeah, my mom would have beat me.
And so you're telling me right now, collectively, you guys stayed at home as all of that was going on.
I never watched the news so much in my life. 48 hours. 48 hours.
I'm starting to love you.
I was on TV.
But you know what? A lot of people blamed some of the younger population out here. They blamed some of the young guys, and they said, well, it's the youth out here who are venting their frustration. What do you guys have to say to that?
It wasn't just the younger people, because if you look at the statistics, most of the younger people didn't get locked up. It was the older people, so you can't really say the younger people did that.
What is your view on law enforcement and the police?
Well, it's good cops, because when I was younger, it was called the Powell Center, the Police Athletic League. And like the cops was on our side, you know, we used to play basketball and stuff. But I don't know what changed over the years, but we had a good program.
But don't you still think there are cops on your side?
Yeah, I honestly believe that. Officer Terry at the Powell Center at Utah Marshburn, when I was younger, I lost touch with him, but he was a good cop.
All right, I got a lot of guys with us right here. Guys, what do you think about it? I mean, do you echo those thoughts about the police?
Yeah, I think some police good, but it's just the bad ones. The bad ones, the ones that's not getting caught.
Chaz, what about you?
I say there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones. But I say the bad ones, it seems like y'all don't give them a lot of consequences. Well, not y'all per se. I'm talking about like the government don't give them any consequences to say if it was like a regular person or anybody else.
Christopher, do you know who Freddie Gray is?
Yes.
You do? What do you know about him?
I know that he was arrested for no apparent reason, and the police should never did that to him. He asked for an ambulance,
And have you been coming out to some of the protests?
yeah.
This isn't your first one?
Well, yeah, this is my first one.
This is your first one, and what do you think about it? Are people being positive and happy?
Yeah, people are being positive.
And do you know what do you want to see change?
I want to see more cops that really saves lives instead of taking away lives.
You want to see them save lives.
And what is your name?
Kayla.
Kayla? Are you his sister?
Yes.
What do you think about what's going on here?
Well, it was really, they were minor. I really don't know.
Do you know what happened to Freddie Gray?
He got killed by the police from not buckling him into the chair.
Kayla, thank you.
You know, it's pretty incredible, though, to see these young kids like this know so much about a situation being brought out to these rallies like this.
It's also important to note the guys here a little bit older in their teens, they know what mom and dad would do if maybe they were doing some things they shouldn't. And they were pretty adamant about it quickly. They knew exactly what their
Well, you
parents
can
would
tell
do.
these guys stay out of trouble because they're scared of mom and dad.
Exactly.
What they're going to do after all this is over with? Will they make what you say you want to do?
We're gonna clean up the communities and help our streets get better.
You're going to clean up the communities? How are you going to do that?
Get a broom get that desk, whatever that's called, start sweeping.
Recreation.
We need recreation. We need the power center back.
Right. We need the rack back, to play basketball and stay out of trouble.
Recreation centers, that's what they need, and more libraries so they can read.
So you think things have changed over the course of years,
Yes.
for the better or worse?
For the worst, because a lot of schools are closed. And it's more prisons and more jails than it is schools.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for that. Signs up. Once again, the younger they are, they keep coming out here, younger and younger teens, even those younger than 12. No, young at heart. We are watching right now special coverage of what happened in, everything going on following the arrest, death, and protest involving Freddie Gray, Ashley James, new friends.
Oh, yeah, there's a great group behind us. And we'll be right back with more team coverage. Stay with ABC 2 News.